Michelle Beadle, a former ESPN broadcaster, claims LeBron James sought to get her fired from her NBA Countdown hosting job. In today's news, we'll go over Michelle Beadle's allegations in further depth. In addition, LeBron James is the oldest player to ever have a 30-point triple-double. Keep an eye on the video for further information on Michelle Beadle's claim. First, is this the end of LeBron James as we knew him? For the better part of 2 decades, LeBron James has held the title of NBA's finest player, combining his superhuman athletic talent with incredible cerebral intelligence and unselfish play. Few players have realistically challenged James' plays atop the NBA throne, from winning back-to-back MVPs with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2009 and 2010 to reaching his apex while winning 2 titles and an additional pair of MVPs with the Miami Heat in 2012 and 2013, to continuing his dominance by winning championships with the Cavs and Los Angeles Lakers. Until now, that is, while age and injuries have taken their toll in recent years, this may be the first time we can confidently say that James is no longer the best player in the NBA. A run that arguably began in 2007 when he dismantled a championship-winning Detroit Pistons roster, led a mediocre Cavaliers team to the finals. James' streak may be coming to an end after he was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs for the first time in his career this spring and missed 12 of the Lakers' first 27 games due to injury and COVID-19 testing. Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jovic, and Stephen Curry have all improved their seasons this year. Luka Doncic and Joel Embiid are also on the verge of passing James. For James, this is a strange new reality. No longer the center of the NBA universe as they acclimatize to life with Russell Westbrook in a flurry of season free agent acquisitions. The Lakers are merely 14-13. LA is 9-6 even with James. We've had the good fortune of seeing James dominate the NBA for so long that not seeing him at the pinnacle has been weird to say the least. He's still a top 5 talent in the league, and if the Lakers can better manage his minutes and use on the court, he may stay there. Next, LeBron James says he drinks wine every day and he believes it's good for his heart. LeBron James claims that he consumes wine every night to help his heart. According to ESPN, the 36-year-old NBA player consumes wine on a regular basis and is still able to play the finest basketball of his life, all for the sake of his heart. "I've heard it's good for your heart," James said. "Listen, I'm playing the best basketball of my life, and I'm drinking some wine pretty much every day. Whatever it is, I'll take it." It's a widespread health myth with some truth, but scientists warn it's not as simple as that, and that drinking wine too frequently can be harmful. While wine is a staple in some of the world's healthiest nations, evidence suggests that drinking alcohol every day can have a negative impact on injury healing and sports performance. James didn't always have his wine habit, as he previously stated in an ESPN interview that he was not a wine man and never drank wine until after he turned 30. When James was younger, he said he had such a passion for wine that he even allowed his 7-year-old daughter to sample it. Other NBA stars like Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker are all major wine drinkers these days, so James isn't alone. When asked about his love of wine, James stated he's played his greatest basketball in the previous 6 years while sipping wine every day. Since turning 30 in 2015, he's played in every All-Star game and improved his minutes played per game, points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game. Due to ankle and stomach problems, James has missed 12 games this season, and his rebound and assist totals have dropped. Next, LeBron James passes Kobe Bryant for a record he probably does not want to own. LeBron James is reminding everyone in the NBA that he is still LeBron James in his 19th season in the league. LBJ is still dunking and driving through lanes like he's in his 20s at the age of nearly 37. Why shouldn't he after all? James led the Lakers to another victory on Sunday night in Los Angeles. LeBron made history against the Magic in a way he probably doesn't want to make history. James passed another former Lakers star as the oldest player to ever score a 30-point triple-double in the NBA. Kobe Bryant set the previous record when he did it at the age of 36 years and 99 days. He did it in his second to last season of playing when he scored 31 points on the Raptors. The age of 36 years and 346 days, James completed the accomplishment and was very proud of his accomplishment too. Now that we've discussed a range of LeBron James news, it's now time to get into the real information we came for, like why former ESPN host claims LeBron James had her fired from her hosting job. What is this about? And LeBron James' new record as oldest player ever to post 30-point triple-double. Stay tuned to hear more about this information. Next, former ESPN host Michelle Beadle claims LeBron James tried to get her fired from her hosting job. Michelle Beadle, a former ESPN broadcaster, claims LeBron James tried to get her fired from her hosting job on NBA Countdown in favor of someone else at the network with whom James was friends. Beadle appeared on the House of Strauss podcast with Ethan Strauss, a former Golden State Warriors beat writer, to discuss why the Lakers star wanted her fired. She even mentioned being around Maverick Carter, James's right-hand guy, who, according to Beadle, refused to shake her hand. He had a person at the network who he wanted. He wanted her to be the host of NBA Countdown. Beadle said to Strauss, "He does not like me, and I honestly have stopped trying to figure out why. For some reason, it goes back years. I've been around Maverick Carter. He refuses to shake my hand." Her dispute with King James dates back to his infamous ESPN program The Decision, in which he declared that he would be bringing his talents to South Beach and signed with the Heat in 2010. Rachel Nichols was most likely the person James wanted to replace Beadle with. Nichols eventually left the network in 2021, effectively being dismissed due to a feud between her and Maria Taylor. On her new podcast, What Did I Miss?, Beadle, who is now a contributor to San Antonio Spurs telecast, eventually agreed to a buyout with the Disney-owned network in 2019. On her new podcast, What Did I Miss?, she finally revealed some details about her departure, as well as James's desire for her to be fired from ESPN. "He did try to get me fired. I was like, I'm honored I'm even on your mind. Thank you very much, sir. Very weird place for me to be," Beadle said. Beadle stated she didn't worry if James tried to get her fired as long as she had the support of her network's upper management. LeBron James, oldest player ever to post 30-point triple-double. LeBron James said in excess of shut-eye was the secret to his eye-popping performance in the Los Angeles Lakers' 106-94 triumph over the Orlando Magic on Sunday, becoming the oldest player in NBA history to score a 30-point triple-double. After a crazy 3 days in which James played back-to-back road games in Memphis and Oklahoma City before flying to Phoenix on Saturday to watch his son Bronny lead his high school team to victory, James made sure to get 12 hours of sleep before the Magic game. According to ESPN stats and information, James has surpassed Lakers legend Kobe Bryant, the oldest player to ever record a 30-point triple-double at 36 years, 346 days old. Bryant had 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists in a win over the Toronto Raptors in November 2014, his second to last season in the NBA when he was 36 years, 99 days old. The Lakers have won 3 of their last 4 games to climb to the 15-13, and James has scored at least 30 points in all of them. James was questioned if his recent outburst could be sustained. "Who, me? How do I continue how I'm playing? Been doing it for 19 years, he said. Just do what I've been doing. I feel like I'm getting better and better each and every day. I'm getting healthier and healthier." James has improved his skills as the season has progressed, despite missing 10 of the Lakers' first 16 games due to ankle and abdomen issues. James averaged 22.8 points on 49% shooting, 5.0 rebounds, and 6.1 assists in his first 8 games. He's averaged 29.8 points on 52% shooting, 7.3 rebounds, and 8.0 assists in his last 8 games, including the win in Orlando. Following his team's triumph against the Boston Celtics last weekend, James dismissed any suggestions that his workload is too much for him at this point in his career. His 36.8 minutes per game average is the most he's played since joining the Lakers in 2018, and it represents a considerable increase over his previous season's 33.4 minutes per game. There you have it, the latest news regarding professional athlete LeBron James. Do we think he got ESPN host Michelle Beadle fired? Leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on the situation. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and thanks for watching.